years ago, I learnt about a word called schema, and today I'd like to share with you two tools based on the schema that can help us to be more open-minded. Schema are filters which are there in our mind through which we see events and people. How are they formed? They are an accumulation of all the knowledge that we have acquired and all the experiences that we have been through. So they are like filters, colored or otherwise, through which we box in events and people that we see. You know, people often tell you, be open-minded, be unbiased, but nobody tells us how. So today I'm going to share with you two tools based on the schema, how you can accomplish this relatively easily. First, the rule of 5. Say you're walking down the street and you see a very rich person haggling with a poor street vendor, and you think to yourself, oh my God, how cheap. This is one interpretation and you're probably disgusted or angry. Now I want you to apply the rule of 5 and think of 4 more possible interpretations of this event, 2 negative and 2 positive. For example, maybe the person is haggling because they're buying something for their driver. Or maybe the street vendor is somebody with whom they have this experience that unless they haggle, they're not going to be able to get the best deal. So think of 2 positive and 2 negative outcomes, not negative interpretations of the same event. You know, just like I did right now, you may struggle a bit, and you may even find that the possible interpretations are somewhat unrealistic. But I guarantee you 2 things. One is that even when you see it like this, with the interpretations as not being particularly correct or possible, you will begin to feel less angry and less upset. And 2, with time you will get better. Now for the second tool, go look for the opposite. Imagine you know somebody who's careless, horribly careless. Now, just for fun, for 2 days, well, okay, even 1 day, well, even a few hours, go look for events and timings when this person is not careless, which is the exact opposite of the way you thought they were. Well, on this one as well, I can guarantee you 2 outcomes. 1, you will probably find at least 1 or 2 events where you will find that they were not careless, and this will make you less angry. And 2, you might even find yourself wrong and find that they are actually on occasions quite careful. So how do these 2 tools work? Well, they add to your schema. They add to the filters through which you're looking at things. The rule of 5 adds 4 possible interpretations, maybe not so well fitting, but 4 possible interpretations of an event. The go look for the opposite makes us go look for facts and experiences which are exactly in opposition to what we have been thinking. Result, a widening of the box that was otherwise quite well fitting and quite narrow. Both tools are simple and I've used them personally. Sometimes in the moment, if I've had the mindset to be able to do it, and sometimes after the moment as a part of the reflection. In both occasions, I found that I've been able to develop a slightly more open mind than where I had begun. Plus, as a company at Trajectory, these have gone beyond personal use. We use them in our assessments to be able to shape our answers. The result, we've been able to improve the validity of our assessments. Well, that was about me and Trajectory. I'd like to hear your comments and insight on how you think these 2 tools might be able to work for you, personally and at work.